All right, I guess I'm going no light today because this thing's being a son of a bitch.
Oops. No problem. I just put our, our pictures into the screen.
Okay.
So we are technically live at the moment. I need to fix my picture for a second. Apologies, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in.
I'm gonna get pulled up here. All right, Asker in the building.
Asker's in the chat. Thank you, Asker, for hopping on.
The
Ethan,
paint.
good to. Is the paint here? Oh, the
Yep.
paint is. What's good, guys? What's up, my man? How we doing? I will say I took dry January seriously, took dry February seriously, but end of February, I got myself a little IPA here. This is my fifth one. Again, I've been sober for almost 2 months, so they're hitting.
The beers
they're hitting
and the
pretty good.
bets. The beers and the bets both hitting for
Beer-
Mr. Work Bets.
Asker on Kick. What's up, brother? Thank you for hopping over on Kick as well. Yeah, so we just got ourselves basically our Monday live, and not the most beautiful slate today. Let's be honest. College basketball, not great. NBA, what is there? 4 games on the NBA. NHL, I think there's 4 games in the NHL as well. So not the best slate, but as always, me and Ethan have navigated our way through the slate to find some profitable plays. On days like these, I should honestly just have like 1 or 2 plays and just call it good. But I think I have like close to 7 to 10 units on the line today. So we're just gonna see how it goes. But how are you feeling about today? Before we get into our today's slate, how are you feeling? Happy Monday. Also, I know you actually had to go to work today. I kind of took the day a little off. But how you feeling today? How you feeling with the board?
Yeah, feeling pretty good. I'm tired. This light thing is just pissing me off right now. Cannot get it to stay on, but yeah, good day. I wish it was 70 degrees here. Wish I was drinking all day. Although I was super hungover on Saturday, which made me never want to touch another beer again in my life. But yeah, as far as the board goes, don't love it. Have not placed a single bet. Have one bet that I'll give out that I really like that I will be placing, maybe even right now live as we're dicking around here. But yeah, interesting slate.
I will say one thing in regards to the drinking. I would have thought like my body would have felt so much better without drinking for 60 days. The only thing that felt better was no hangover on Saturday and Sunday mornings. That was literally the only thing. It's not like I was in superhuman mode. I still felt like shit. Didn't get all this new extra energy or anything. So yeah, just the no hangovers, I guess, is the only plus. But I'm back, so I'll probably be a little hungover tomorrow. We'll see. But yeah, in regards to today's slate, actually, before we get into today's slate, I want to ask you about your racing weekend. I saw that you had a couple bets going on in the racing. I think you went 3-3, but you ended up profitable. You want to expand a little bit on that was NASCAR, correct?
Yep. Yeah. So as you know, I dabble in NASCAR. Kind of took last year off. Wasn't seeing it too well, and me and my friends do like basically fantasy NASCAR every week where we just draft 3 different drivers. We all put $10 in the pool. So I was kind of just doing that for my NASCAR betting last year. Yeah, I ended up going 2-3, but still profitable. Yeah, for anyone that follows NASCAR, that was like an incredible race. It came down literally 3 guys nose to nose at the end. It was the winner won by 0.003 seconds, which is the 3rd closest finish in NASCAR history. So just an insane end of that race. But yeah, it was super close to hitting the outright at 33-1. He ended up in 4th, but did have him top 10 plus 175. Unfortunately, I put a half unit on it. Should have done a full unit. My full unit play hit. Guy got 3rd, I believe. I needed him top 10, and then yeah, some small sprinkles on the outrights didn't hit, but yeah, we're off to a profitable start in racing. It's very up and down. You really gotta cash in on some of those outright victories, probably 2-3 times a year to really stay profitable. So still looking to do that, but that was only the 2nd race of the year. So
yeah, I know we talked a little bit about NASCAR last week, and you had a lean or prediction on the winner, or a guy to win it. He ended up winning it all, but I think he didn't place it. But I know nothing about NASCAR. I know a little bit about F1, so I get a little involved in F1 racing, and I know there's a big race this weekend. But you're kind of a NASCAR guy, and I've never known NASCAR, and it's exciting that you can bet it. And I think you kind of have figured it out a little bit. So I'm intrigued to see if you keep this up and keep doing it. Asker, we have a comment over here. If I were to have angered a political figure, which country would be best to migrate to? Great question. Obviously, the easy answer is Canada or Mexico, but unfortunately, I think they're more socialist or left than us. I think we could go to maybe like Dominican, where you're almost American but not quite, or like Puerto Rico, like you might be an American but not really. So that would be my answer, like somewhere that's American but doesn't vote in presidential elections.
Yeah, I'll answer that, and then I want to just touch one more thing on NASCAR. But I would say Switzerland, because they're hands off there. They don't engage. So just
good banks too.
Yeah. So I would just hide out there. Yeah, last thing about NASCAR. So I was like, just like you, didn't know a damn thing about NASCAR. I thought it was just a redneck weird sport. Never thought I'd ever get involved in it. And then I was at my buddy's place one night. They had a race on. I threw $5 on a guy to win 14-1. He did. And that's where it all started. I got extremely lucky. The first race I watched, I hit the winner. That's where it started. So it can be extremely fun, though, especially in the dog days of summer when you just have baseball constantly. Every Sunday, you get a new race in there. So I'm kind of hooked now. When you're betting it, it makes it extremely fun. So I would advise you guys to try dabbling in it and give one race a shot. If you do well, you might be hooked.
Yeah, I've never watched a second of the race, but I did see multiple different Twitter things about the weekend of the screen or the snapshot of the finish line with literally all three cars looking like they crossed at the same exact time. And you said 0.004 seconds. I don't even know, like that's got to be, you said third closest in NASCAR history. Like that is, you can't see that with the human eye. So yeah, crazy race, and I'm glad you profited off of it. I might get involved come the dog days of summer. Might get involved in a little bit of NASCAR. But let's get into today's slate. We don't want to keep you guys too long because again, it's not a great slate today. Me and Ethan do have college basketball to film tonight as well. So if you want a better college basketball slate, check our episode tomorrow because we will have one out. But let's get into today's crappy-ish slate. I'm going to start off with you. I have no college basketball, by the way. I'm saving my college basketball for the Getting Technical show. So if you want my college basketball, go to our show tomorrow to get all the insights there. I have no college basketball tonight. I'm going to send it off to you first for your first pick of the day.
Yeah, I will start with college basketball. This is not an official play. I don't think I'm going to play it. I'm going to take a shot at Miami plus 14. Too many points. Miami, I mean, they started this year, 11-2. They've now won 4 of their last 15. So just way downhill, shocking from the team that we saw last year and the team that we saw at the beginning of the year. They've dropped their last 6 games in a row, one of which was to North Carolina by 3 points. At North Carolina, I mean, Miami, if they win out here, they go win on the road at North Carolina, and then they can easily close out with a win at home against Boston College and on the road against Florida State. Pick up 2-3 decent wins in the tournament. They might be able to slide their way backdoor into the March Madness tournament. So just a huge game for them. North Carolina has nothing to worry about. The rest of their schedule up until Duke is pretty easy. Miami, North Carolina State, and Notre Dame all at home. NC State is the in-state rivalry, so I guess a touch of a rivalry look-ahead spot. Don't think they really care about Miami with how Miami's been playing lately, and already beating them on February 10th, so not too long ago. I think it's just too many points here. So I will take a stab at backing Miami plus 14 on the road.
I love that play. I love that play, by the way. I'm going to note it on the show, and if this hits, I'm going to TikTok it. I think Miami is going to win outright on the money line. As a 14-point underdog, I think Miami wins this game as the underdog straight up on the money line. As we said, Miami, you said 11-2. I think they started the season off in the top 10 in the rankings, maybe top 15. I can't quite remember. This team has the athletes to compete with just about anyone, and I think they're going to tonight. Again, Virginia just coming off, North Carolina coming off a big win. I shit on Virginia all the time. I'll continue to do it until the end of time against Virginia. Can't believe I took those guys. Those guys suck. I also, if you haven't checked out my TikTok, go ahead and check out my TikTok. I got a lot of Virginia people pissed off talking shit about Virginia basketball. Sure, they won it all in 2019, but I guess that might make it all worth it, but they have 3 terrible exits the last 4 years and then 1 national championship. So I don't know. Anyways, North Carolina, good win at Virginia. First time ever in the last 8 years beating Virginia at Virginia. And now they're up against Miami. They're a 14-point favorite. Miami's a good team. They're a good team. They have athletes. I think Miami wins outright. I love it. I absolutely love that play. My one, I do have college basketball. I did take TCU on the money line. I did take Baylor +5. Unfortunately, I was too slow to get the profit boost on DraftKings, or too fast to get the profit boost on DraftKings. So I tried to double back down. Got Baylor +5 and TCU on the money line. So I have a 5-point window that I think I could middle. And I really like that spot. But anyways, I'm going to go to the NBA. And I think we could disagree on this play. But I'm going to take the Kings. I got them at -7. They are playing Miami at home. I know you liked Miami, but the spread's way too big. Miami finally got hot. They finally got hot. And now they're playing a Kings team who, yes, has won 3 straight games, but I don't think the Kings are all that good. And I think a lot of people know the Kings are possibly frauds. And Miami is just the definition of they're going to make it to the playoffs. They're going to win a couple games. I think that spread's way too big. I think the Kings cover by 10 to 15, maybe even 20 points in this game. So I'm going to take the Kings at the -7 at home against the Heat.
Yeah, I do lean the Heat, like you said. 2 things keeping me off, though. Well, no, 1 thing keeping me off, but the reason I like it is Sacramento back-to-back with travel. They're only traveling from LA to Sacramento, so I don't even know. They could probably walk that if they had to. The one reason for not banging the Heat, these guys just played on January 31st, the last day of January, and the Heat snapped a 8-game losing streak, 7-game losing streak to beat the Kings. So I do think the Kings might have this one circled. The spread also keeps going up. So, yeah, I know I told you earlier I like the Heat. That'd still be my lean, but it won't be a play for me. So I'll go Kings all the way for you there. A play you do agree on that I like. This is the play that I will likely be playing. My favorite play of the day, Toronto plus. I'm seeing 5.5 now. I know you got it at 6. I'm sure you can still find 6s out there. Don't think you need it. Think they went outright. Again, these teams just played. Last game before the All-Star break, the Pacers got a 2-point win. So I think Toronto's had this one circled. Toronto won in Atlanta on Friday. This is their second road game, but then they're back home. So I think they want just a nice little 2-game sweep on the road. They're rested, have a bit of revenge. And the Pacers just played last night, got a huge win against the Mavericks. That was basically a pick'em game. They won by 22. I know public was all over the Mavs in that one. Second of a back-to-back now, 3rd game in 5 nights. So it's not like a terrible scheduling spot, but I think they could get some tired legs late. Just love the spot for the Raptors here. So I think they went outright. I'll take the points.
Yeah, I bet that game as well. It's not on my big 3, but I have bet that game. Absolutely love the Raptors. Again, the Pacers since this morning getting a shitload of the betting percentages. On DraftKings, 86%. On Action, 71%. On Pickett, 72%. Just massive amounts of money coming in on the Pacers. And the fact that I see that line now at 5.5, like you mentioned, makes me love the Raptors. Aaron, Ethan's brother, by the way, in the comments. Thank you for joining. I'm already on Siakam over 2.5 or over 22.5 points. So I'm all in for Toronto. Yeah, I think it's going to be a great game for Toronto. Isn't Siakam on the Pacers, though? He got traded to the Pacers, right?
Yes.
He's on the Pacers, but I still love your thought. It's a revenge game, so I get it. But Toronto's winning. But yeah, he's gonna have 23 points against his old team. I like it, Aaron. I'm gonna go one more NBA play. I'm gonna take the Brooklyn Nets at the -2 at the Memphis Grizzlies. The Grizzlies are hot right now, even though they're one of the worst teams in the NBA. I think they've won 4 of their last 5. The Nets have, I think, lost their last 3, if not their last 4 games. The Nets are on the road. They are the favorite. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And again, both teams are absolute dog water. But the Grizzlies are a home dog after being I think they've won 4 of the last 5 games. They're hot right now. I'm also seeing 80% on DraftKings, 66% on action, 71% on Pickett coming in on Memphis. The line has actually moved from 1.5 to 2 in favor of the Brooklyn Nets. So I'm going to take the Nets on the spread, -2. I think they win easily. I think they probably win by double digits, honestly. So I'm going to take Brooklyn in that game, -2.
Yeah. First of all, I'll just say, like you said, if they win, they probably win by double digits. That's just how the NBA is. So just as a word of advice for anyone listening, I would never buy points in the NBA. Never, ever, ever. It does not land close to the spread. It's like the one sport I don't really care what the spread is. If I like a spot for a team, I would literally lay like -30 if that's what it was sitting at. It just spread doesn't bother me in the NBA. So yeah, I would never buy points. But my final play, I don't love it, but I gotta go Islanders, Dallas Stars under 6.5. I mean, both teams are kind of over teams this year. They were dead nuts under teams last year. I made a lot of money taking unders in their games, and I just can't shake it. I just cannot see these teams as over teams. To me, they are just dead nuts under still. Sorokin in net, I know he's struggled this year. He has not been the goalie that we were used to the last 2 seasons. He's allowing more than 3 goals a game. Ottinger is not playing tonight for Dallas. It looks like it's Scott Wedgwood, who allows just under 3 goals a game. So everything kind of points to the over, but I don't know. I just think this game stays under. Islanders need to start picking up some wins. They're, I think, like 10 points behind Detroit for that last wild card spot, or actually technically Tampa. Need to start getting some wins here. I think they might resort back to more defensive style of hockey. Yeah, I don't know. Just don't see this one getting to 7. So I'll take a stab under 6.5.
Yeah, I mean, an under in Dallas is usually always free. I actually like the Islanders quite a bit in that game. Wouldn't probably get involved in the money line, but the spread or the puck line, I don't mind the Islanders in that. But my last play is going to be in the NHL. It's pretty ugly. It's pretty against the grain for this game. It's not against the grain for this team usually, but I'm going to take the Oilers Kings over 6.5 goals. Again, Oilers are usually a free over team. Skinner, however, has been playing lights out before the All-Star break. He was averaging like under 2.5 goals per game, which is great for Skinner. He was the reason, in my opinion, they fell short of of winning multiple playoff games. He just sucked that goalie. They had the equivalent of USC football in NHL. They just try to score more points and have absolutely no defense. Now Skinner was starting to play, but after All-Star break, he's kind of sucked. And they're playing the Kings, and the Kings, as I know you're a big Kings fan, Ethan, they are a fantastic defensive team. They're not really giving up a whole lot of goals. They actually have their better goalie starting tonight. He's not their starter, but he has a lower goals per game allowed. Obviously, I think he has like half the starts as the other goalie, but he is their better goalie statistically. And then Skinner in net for the Oilers. These teams have played twice, and both games have been under 5 goals. It was 4-1, and I think 3-1 in their 2 previous games. 6.5 is way too high. This game should at least be at 6. I think the Kings honestly go off. I think the Kings score close to 5 goals. I love Kings team total if that's what you take. I like Kings money line if that's what you want to take. But I think this game is going to go well over 6.5 goals. I can see this ending like 5-6 type range in favor of the Kings. I like the Kings quite a bit as the underdog, but I like the over more than any Kings bet.
Yeah, I love seeing what happened the first game or first 2 games, like you said, and then doing the opposite. So that would be my lean as well. That's another reason why I don't fully love the Islanders Stars under, because they played to a 3-2 win or 3-2 game the first time around. So, but yeah, like that. And I'll circle back to the Islanders. I also lean with the Islanders tonight. So we're seeing kind of eye to eye in hockey.
Yeah, and I am not a great hockey bettor, to be honest. I'm not great at all. I have learned to start fading the public in hockey, and it's really hard because hockey doesn't have point spreads. They they have money lines, they have puck lines, and then they have totals. And the puck lines are, I mean, I never bet puck lines. I don't know about you. I hardly ever bet puck lines unless it's like the Oilers playing the Blackhawks. Maybe I'll bet Oilers -1.5. But I never bet puck lines. But like when I see like money lines that are in the -150s or below. So for example, my throat, I don't know what's going on. My throat's going. But like the Boston Bruins tonight, they're like -140. They're getting 89% of the bets on DraftKings, 79% of the bets on Action, 81% of the bets on Pickett, and they're -144. And you can get the Kraken at +120. Like, who's not going to take the Boston Bruins in that game? Which is why I love the Seattle Kraken. Like, so that's kind of what my angle is on the NHL. Thank God it's hit the last 3 times. I'm 3-0 on that angle this year, so I feel like I'm unstoppable. But I had the Sabres last night. Sabres won on a shootout, so yeah, that's pretty much a coin flip. But 3-0 on that strategy. So I think the Kraken's going to be the play. Again, the Stars are 90% of the money, and they're only like, obviously, if a team's -230 on the money line, they're going to get 90% of the bets. They're going to get 90% of the money because who's going to take the other team when it's -2? Well, like when it's between -150 and +100, and you can get a team either way, and you're seeing 70 to 80% on one side. I think there's value on the other side. But again, I'm a rookie when it comes to NHL. I'm looking to get more into it. If you guys want more NHL content, make sure to check out 5 Minute Wager with Ethan and Ben. They're killing it over there in the NHL. We are going to end it real quick here. Again, I am a couple IPAs deep, so I apologize for the rambling. Apologize for the stumbling of words. But again, we got everything covered. Me and Ethan are actually filming a college basketball show tonight that'll be airing tomorrow morning. We have 5 Minute Wagers coming out on Thursday mornings. We have UFC MMA coming out on Fridays. No football because obviously that's done, but we might have. I forgot to tell you this, Ethan. I just bought season tickets to the XFL DC Defenders, going to every single home game. 5 games for $125. That's a steal. That's a steal. So I know Ethan was in on XFL and is it UFL or USFL?
USFL.
USFL. Okay, they merge.
Technically, the UFL now is technically what it is.
It's UFL?
Yep.
With XFL and USFL?
Yep.
God damn it. I bought an XFL hat, so that thing's gone?
That thing's gone.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, I bought season tickets to the DC Defenders, so I think they're still a team, I hope.
You just got scammed.
I know, I might have just got scammed. God damn it. But we will have football bets as well this offseason. So yeah, just make sure you check out Better Green, our YouTube channel, our website, everything. We're posting a lot of content. We appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for hopping on. Aaron, DePaint, forget it. Asker's on a flight, so he's not going to see this. Appreciate you guys. We're going to sign off real quick. Ethan, anything to end before this astronomical, horribly episode finishes.
DC is
Aaron,
still a team, so you should be
okay.
good.
Aaron just commented more Premier League articles. I love it, Aaron. I'm always looking for Premier League as well as Champions League. So thank you for keep posting those. I will keep sending those out to my followers as well, because I am a sucker for a good soccer bet, especially on 3 p.m. on a Tuesday or a Wednesday or whatever it is. So I love it.
Right.
Real quick here, DePaint, Bethune-Cookman, Wilmington, and TCU. I love TCU. Unfortunately, I'm on the opposite side of BCU and UNCW, but love TCU, DePaint. I love TCU. I'm all over TCU tonight. Do you have something to say?
Nope.
So wait,
yeah.
I'm gonna interrupt. So DC is still a team?
DC is still a team. So you didn't get fully scammed.
And Michigan Panthers, are they still a team?
They're still a team. I think I just
playing
saw
in
they
Detroit though.
So they played at Ford Field the last year or two. I think they're playing at God, now I can't think of the high school. It's like a big name high school. You would know it.
In Detroit?
I think in the surrounding area. Let me go look quick before we get off here. It's
Country Day, Brother Rice.
No, I think it's like not quite
DCC.
It's they're the Pirates, I believe.
Really?
The field looked like I thought it was Eastern Michigan at first, but never mind. They posted this video of new home who dis, and then they replied to themselves saying we will be playing at Ford Field this season. So
okay,
I don't know.
Well, my this is going to be a far stretch, but my college roommate's brother plays for the St. Louis Battle Hawks, and they're still a team, I believe. And he is coming to DC, and they're going to Detroit as well. And I have friends, high school or college friends in Detroit that are going to the game, and my buddy's flying out to DC for the game. So St. Louis Battle Hawks, his name is Mike Rose. Went to Iowa State. He was the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year back in 2019, the year before COVID, I think. So he's on the Seattle Battle Hawks, which I think are still, or not Seattle, St. Louis Battle Hawks. I think they're still a team. Blue and white are their colors. But anyways, I will be at a lot of XFL games. So, or
UFL
games. I might as well burn my hat. Yeah.
That just makes you like it's vintage now. So
it is vintage. Yeah. It's like I don't even know what to say. Yeah. It's like I'm still important. Anyways, we got to get off this live. Thank you guys for tuning in. We will see you on Saturday for another college basketball slate. And again, look forward to getting technical video tomorrow, as well as a 5-minute wager video on Thursday. We have MMA videos on Friday, just videos all around. So stay tuned, and we'll see you guys soon.